Firstly, apologies. I'm recovering from COVID, so my brain's not working very well at the moment, but I just thought I'd say a quick few words about all the shit that is being spoken about the Liver King and the Rock and honesty around enhancement drug use. Now, yeah, sure, the Liver King was a bit of a prick for lying to his customer base, a customer base that, by his own admission, are vulnerable young guys with self-esteem problems, to say that it was raw meat and his supplements alone that built his body was a blatant lie, and it was unethical. And yes, maybe The Rock could be more honest about what it takes to build his body. But everyone's talking about these decisions like they're purely individual decisions. And people are forgetting that there is a context that encourages lying about enhancement drug use. In case you've been under a rock lately, under a rock, not the rock, the Liver King has been outed by a couple bodybuilding celebrities for using steroids and growth hormone. The Liver King has always claimed to be natural, and that it was his diet of liver and bull's testicles, etc., that helped him to build the body that he had, and that he was completely natural. Now, this outing of the Liver King has encouraged people to question The Rock's assurances that he is natural, and allegedly some people have claimed that The Rock should come out as a fake natty and admit his steroid use. A fake natty, a fake natural, someone who uses enhancement drugs but claims to be natural. Now, I'm not going to go into the detail of these stories, these allegations, these outings. You can see in the description links to videos that outed Liver King, and the Liver King's own admission and apology video. As an anthropologist who has worked in bodybuilding communities, particularly enhanced bodybuilding communities, for the last 7 years, what I'm more interested in is what makes people lie about steroid use. The first reason is that the general public has no fucking clue what is achievable naturally and what an enhanced body looks like. No one in the bodybuilding community was surprised when the Liver King was outed. People in the bodybuilding community know what it takes to build a body like the Liver King's. It takes a shit ton of hard work, it takes a lot of food, and it takes enhancement drugs. Which brings me to the second reason why I think the Liver King lied, and that is that the general public have no fucking clue what it takes to build a body like that of the Liver King. They think if someone uses steroids, it's the steroids that built the muscle. They fail to realize that what steroids do is help the body recover from the extreme training which builds the muscle. So what the steroids do is allow you to train again sooner, and they allow you to train harder. They don't build the muscle. You don't have a shot of steroids and all your muscles suddenly blow up. There have been some studies that have contributed to the misconceptions around steroids. There was one study that showed that people who used steroids and didn't exercise gained more weight than people who exercised. Now, this study was methodologically flawed in that it didn't account for the fact that steroids increase water retention. So yes, these individuals gained weight with steroids whilst not exercising, but it wasn't muscle. To build muscle, you need to train bloody hard and you need to eat properly. The steroids help you do that more effectively, but they don't build the muscles for you. To build a body like that of the Liver Kings or The Rock, you need to work bloody hard, harder than I ever could. Chances are harder than you ever could. You need to train ridiculously hard. You need to follow extreme diets. You need to eat ridiculous amounts of food. This is a really hard pursuit. This is why not everyone looks like these guys, because you can't just use steroids and have a body like the Liver King or the Rocks. Bodybuilding is not something that you can do in just a couple of hours a day. It's not something that you do as a hobby. To be a successful bodybuilder, you need to eat, sleep, breathe, train bodybuilding 24 hours a day. It takes dedication that most people don't have. Most people wouldn't last a day in a bodybuilder's life, let alone the years that it takes to build a decent physique. This is why people lie about their steroid use, because they know if they admit their steroid use, they will lose all the credit for the body that they have built. People will think, oh, it's just steroids. They won't recognize the extremely hard work that has gone into building this body. They won't see the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into building a body like that. Fake natties are scared that they will lose respect if they come out as using enhancement drugs. They will lose the respect that they deserve. These bodies deserve respect because they take extreme measures to build. Which brings me to the third reason why the Liver King would have lied and why people in general lie about steroid use. Steroids are stigmatized. People think of steroid users as filthy fucking junkies. Now, of course, there are some steroid users that are reckless, but by and large, the majority of steroid users that I've talked to use steroids as part of a relatively healthy lifestyle, at least a lot more strict and controlled lifestyle than most of us have, and they use these steroids in a very planned, systematic, and controlled way. I mean, their body is their project after all. They're not going to destroy it with irresponsible use and, needle sharing and reckless use of these drugs. That would defeat the whole purpose. The Rock, who in my humble opinion is unlikely to be natural, given his age and the impressiveness of his physique, is never going to come out as an enhancement drug user. How can he be the wholesome and lovable guy that he appears to be and be a filthy fucking junkie? The public would not accept him and the roles that he plays if he came out as an enhancement drug user because of the misconceptions around steroid use. Furthermore, how would The Rock get the respect that he has now if people thought that he just created these fake muscles using steroids, if they didn't appreciate the work that has gone into building that bloody impressive body? So why did the Liver King lie? Why are there fake natties like the Liver King out there? In large part, it's because we as a society have failed to understand the realities of steroid use. Yes, fake natties cause harm. They cause unrealistic expectations. In the case of the Liver King, they dupe people out of their money by lying to them. But I think a lot of these harms could be avoided if we just had some education around steroid use. If people knew more about steroids, they would be able to recognize when they are being lied to, and people wouldn't feel the need to lie to them in the first place.